Hi, my name is Edoardo Binda Zane, and these are 5 things you can do right now to improve your emotional intelligence. Number 1, assess your starting point. Take a test to check how emotionally intelligent you already are. The only way to get better at something is knowing where you're starting from, and emotional intelligence is no exception. So, out of all the tests that are currently available, I do suggest the one that I developed. It takes 10 minutes to fill up, it's for free, and it's fully science-based. So I suggest you go to the link I'm giving you below and take the test right now. What the test will tell you is an overall assessment of how emotionally intelligent you already are, and it will also tell you which one of the 4 areas of emotional intelligence you need to focus on the most or the least. Number 2, be more aware of what you're feeling exactly at any moment during the day. Most of the time, we think about our feelings in terms of I'm feeling happy or I'm feeling sad. Try to be a bit more precise about it. Think about the difference between feeling ecstatic or feeling happy or feeling sad, pensive, stressed, disappointed. These are all similar emotions, but with different shades. Try to be precise about it. And if you can, link them to a specific event that triggered that emotion and try to see the link between the way you feel and the way you behave. Once you have that sequence of events or logical sequence of points clear, then you will have a much stronger grasp of how you behave based on your emotions. And that's already a huge part of emotional intelligence. Number 3, spend some time reading others, looking at how other people interact when they're with you. It doesn't take an expert of body language to tell whether someone is open towards you or closed towards you. It helps, but it's not 100% necessary. And see what other pieces of information you can gain just by observing this type of dynamic. And if you want to take it a notch up, be a third party in a conversation and just observe the body language of other people interacting. What subtext can you read out of that conversation? Is there any piece of information that jumps to your mind and informs you more than just verbal cues would? Number 4, reflect on your actions. Sometimes you take yourself by surprise. You say something that you had not really thought about, in the positive and in the negative sense. Think about that when that happens. Can you trace it back to the way you feel? And can you trace it back to a specific event? Basically, do the same thing that I've already suggested for thing number 2, but in reverse. Start from your actions, see if you can link it to a specific feeling, and see if you can link that specific feeling to a specific event. You will have a very clear path between the trigger and a behavior. And if you do number 2 and number 4 together, you'll be able to address this path from both sides, making it crystal clear for you. Number 5, whenever you're in a conflict or whenever you witness in a conflict, think about what has been said during that time. Most of the time, whenever we are in a conflict, we tend to just observe and react to the anger of the other person. That is a symptom though. It's not the deeper motive that the other person could have. So, after the conflict is finished, take a moment to think about what the other person said, why the other person was so angry, and try to dig deeper. Try to make an educated hypothesis on why that person got triggered so much, and by what. A good way to do this is to start by asking why that person was angry, and give yourself an answer. And then ask yourself again a why question about it. And do it for 5 times. Once you ask 5 times why, you usually get to a fairly deep motive that you can use as an idea to start building something constructive. It's a good way to reflect on our actions and to have a clear understanding of how our actions are mostly driven by deep emotions. Those are my 5 things you can do right now to develop emotional intelligence. Thank you for listening and talk soon.